It's me again. Uh, I'm sorry if the backlight there is too bright, and I'm sorry if I seem a bit too bright, and I'm sorry if the vocals are off. I'm not sure if it's YouTube or if it's my camera recording, but sadly, that's just the way it works. I guess I could close the curtains. How's that? That's a little bit better, isn't it? Okay, so I would like to get a little bit serious and a little bit political. I'm sorry, please don't hate me. Um, but I saw today on a website that these military helicopters were flying all over downtown Toronto, United States and Canadian. So there's no one to blame here. But I I know this is going to sound really naive of me, but I thought the purpose of an elected official was to act on behalf of the normal Joe. You know, the working man. Wasn't that like, Obama's big like win tactic was that carpenter guy or plumber guy, like the normal guy? Okay, so let's discuss exactly how the G20 summit in Toronto, in a major metropolitan city, is affecting the rest of the city. Some schools are closed. So parents that are, possibly already working hard enough to put food on the table now have to work even harder to try and find a babysitter. Think about it. Uh, you know, all of these places that are closed downtown, these businesses that are suffering, it doesn't matter the government is willing to subsidize them. They're still closed. And the waiters and waitresses and bartenders that are working on tips, well, guess what? The subsidy that goes to that business isn't going to them. So the money that they could have made today, which would have paid for their dinner tomorrow, or would have paid for gas in their car to get to work tomorrow, they don't have now. And they don't have for, I forget the exact dates, I'm sorry, pardon my ignorance, but they don't have it. And how long is it going to take for these subsidy checks to come in for these businesses in order for them to recoup the money that they've lost? This isn't a government thinking about the smaller people. This is a government thinking about itself. I have a really odd thought go through my head today, and I thought that I would voice it. Has anyone other than me wondered why the G20 summit is in the downtown of a major metropolitan city? Doesn't it seem a little weird to you? I mean, with everything going on with the Taliban and everything else, I wonder if the fact that they did something in a major metropolitan city in the downtown center core of it wasn't to sort of ward off something like that. Wasn't so that they would have the ability to fight back better. I know it sounds stupid and maybe naive, and I apologize for that. I get really upset. My mom worked her whole life to try to make sure that I had a good life for me and that everyone else around us had a good life. Well, these people are suffering and they're not making any money. Well, guess what? You know who goes and actually suffers is their kids. The ones not able to speak up and get food. What's the government doing about that? These kids that their parents aren't bringing home enough money. These waitresses and waiters that have kids at home. It's disgusting. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. I get it when it's in a nice little small town and it brings business, because that's great. It's bringing business. Well, guess what? The G20 summit in downtown Toronto isn't bringing any business. All it's doing is causing businesses to close their doors because they're not making any money. Shame on you. It's disgusting. I wonder if any of the people that are doing the summit, that are attending it, ever had to work for $1 or ever had to ever had any sort of shame in not showing up for work and not being able to do their job. It's disgusting. I'm so sorry I don't mean to get so worked up about it, but Diet Sprite Zero. Seriously the best pop ever. But anyway, that's my rant. I'm incredibly disappointed, as always, in the government of Canada and most governments elsewhere. I don't want to touch, well, maybe I do. I wouldn't mind touching on the BP thing with Obama. Um, I think people should lay off. Sadly, many years ago, there was stuff put in place, legislation put in place, sorry, that's the proper word for it, legislation put in place that sort of made it um, it made the company responsible for cleaning up. So the government stepped back. So now there's a whole bunch of red tape in order to get Obama involved. So you got to cut the guy a break. You know, he's doing what he can. He showed up, he's put his face down there, and let's hope that that's enough to get these guys off their asses to clean stuff up. Because I don't know how many, what is it, like 100 gallons or 10,000 gallons or something like that spilling out a day? A day! Seriously! Now, what's going to happen to the price of gas? And do you wonder if this stuff actually happens on purpose so that people can put up the price of gas? As if gas isn't already expensive enough. Part-time workers that can barely afford the insurance on their cars are now going to have to start paying $2 per liter. It's disgusting. I don't get how the government steps in and does so many things, and yet they won't step in and put a cap on this or a cap on that. Insurance. My fiance was going to apply to buy a new car and get insurance. $12,000 a year. Are you kidding me? $12,000 a year for what? What if he doesn't get in an accident for that year? Does he get that money back? No. So he's just paid $12,000 to an insurance company, 30 or 40% of which goes to the government. No wonder they don't step in. It's disgusting. I think that should be the title of this web diary. It's disgusting. It's wrong. In any way, shape, or form, it's wrong. The government steps in so many places where it has no reason to be there. In the home, in the relationship, in marriage. What the hell does the government have to do with marriage? Marriage is a union between two people. What the hell is the government doing in that union? It doesn't say me, you, and the government. Hello, I'd like you to meet my husband and Uncle Sam. That's not the way it works. The government needs to focus its attention where it needs to be. Where, you know, prices are going up. And look, let's deal with the HST. The HST is, at the moment, bullshit. Because a lot of people just can't afford it. And there are people out there that, regardless of the pay increase, hello government, to $10.25 an hour, well, guess what? Paying $10.25 an hour now puts us into a higher tax bracket, which means that we're taking more money away from us. So you're not only taking more money from our pay, but now you're taking 13% at the stores and everywhere else. Give me a break. Really? I feel like the only thing getting fixed around here are the hems and fucking, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Are the hems, I get so worked up, I'm so angry about all this stuff. I apologize for swearing for anyone who watches this that's younger. It's inappropriate language. But sometimes when adults get angry, those are the words that come to mind. Doesn't mean you should use them. But I don't know. It's just, I feel like the only thing getting fixed in this country are the pants pockets of government officials. But I think that everyone sort of felt like that for, I don't know, like hundreds of years. Like, you know, anyone that's ever been in charge is usually taking advantage of it. And, well, I don't know. I'm sufficiently worked up before I go to work, which means the day will go by really fast, which is awesome. I thank everyone for watching. I'm sure I will start getting into a few more rants later on. I apologize for the length of the video. I hope that you sit and watch the whole thing. Alex comes home tomorrow, so I will give you an update on that either while he's here or possibly when he leaves. Pardon me. I swear to God, it's just Sprite. I just opened it. Anyway, have an awesome day. Don't let too much shit get you down.